Well, hello again and welcome to my channel. I'm Fraser from Metalworking in France. I operate a little business here, lightweight engineering business here in southwest France. I make these videos for entertainment more than anything else. Today I've got a little project on. I'm going to be making a drill jig and an assembly jig. I've got a gentleman who wants to, he's bought some flat pack doors. They came flat pack and he's got to assemble them all up. Obviously come from China or somewhere similar. Very little instructions how to do it, but I'm going to make up a drill jig so that he can get the holes all in the right place, because there's 140 screws in each of these doors. It's a little bit complicated. So I'm going to make up this drill jig so you can get all the screws in the right place, and they all look the same basically. Doing it freehand, you probably wouldn't get them all in the same place and it would look a bit untidy. So anyway, I've got this piece of aluminium. It's quite thin, it's only about 5 mil thick, but the drill is only going to be a 2mm drill, so it's not going to be put too much wear on it anyway. It'll be plenty adequate for what he's going to be doing. The assembly jig I'll make probably out of some angle iron or something similar, just so that he can keep the whole thing square while he's assembling it. Okay, so anyway, follow me in the next few steps, and please, while you're watching the video, don't forget to subscribe and share and let other people see what I'm doing. And obviously, as I say, most importantly, please subscribe to my channel, and we'll see how this video goes. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do really was just to mark off where the holes are going to be. There's quite a few actually. There's nine screws all in a line. Obviously, because there are two banks of screws and they're slightly offset. So I've started this one. Let's go to the other end. I've started this one at 30 mil from the end. That's this one here, and they're spaced out at regular intervals all the way along. And on the other side, it's basically the mirror image. So at this far end, we've actually got a 45 mil distance from this last hole to what is going to be actually the end of the wood it's being drilled into. On the other side, we have 30 mil here, and on this end, 45 mil. So the whole thing, they'll stagger, the screws will stagger on the board. I've got to put a couple of brackets onto this aluminium plate so that I can get the correct spacing on the board. I'll just fit this so that it's about, this distance here is 5 mil to the edge there, and then we can work from that. Either from that side or this side. This side will be a little bit slightly different. It's just that the holes are in the same place on both sides. Okay, so let's get on to the next step. Okay, so now I've already fitted the brackets. They only took a little bit just so that I can get the whole size, or the whole dimension basically, from the edge of the wood. It's 30mm. So the brackets are fitted on the 10mm side of the aluminium. So they're 20mm between the bracket and the edge of the aluminium plate. So I'm just drilling these now with a 2mm drill so that I've got the holes all in the right place, and then I can carry on and finish this off. It's drilling okay. With the brackets in place, a bit tricky. Okay, so I've drilled all the holes now. There are actually two different types of holes on this thing. I'm taking the burrs off now. This is just a small countersink bit so that I can just relieve the burrs through the back of the hole, just so that it doesn't mark the wood at all when I press this down onto the wooden the wooden slat. It's going okay at the moment. It's not too bad actually. Like I said, there are two sets of, well, there's actually three sets of holes. There's the 9 on each side, staggered out, but then there are 4 other holes for some other boards. So I thought I'd use the same jig to drill those holes. Obviously, I do need to make sure that I don't use the wrong ones. So I will mark them with a blue pen or something so that I know which holes are which. So yep. Well, there's the drill jig made up. It's a little bit Heath Robinson, but all the holes are there. The bracket's there to hold it on the piece of wood, so that it can be lined up, and just drill all relevant holes. Turn the thing round on the wood and drill on the other side. So yeah, it'll do the job. Anyway, that's the main thing. Like I say, it's a little bit rough and ready, but it doesn't need to be special. It's only for to do 4 doors basically. It's quite a lot of holes, admittedly, but there's 140 screws in each door. So you know, it's going to be used a few times. So anyway, that's that bit. I've now got to get on and make the assembly jig. All right. So here you can see basically just the basic layout of the assembly jig. I've clamped it down so that it'll hold in the right place all the time. Now I've just positioned this so that I can weld it. We can hopefully get everything together. I'll just tack it up initially and make sure it doesn't move too much, and then I'll just tack down or weld down the outside of it. I'll put a double layer actually on one part of it so that it's just that little bit stronger. I don't want it to move basically when I'm using it, so that should be okay actually once I've done that. Well, there you are, a fairly straightforward jig. This is the drawing that I was given. As you can see, it's not particularly explanatory. In fact, it tells you absolutely nothing apart from the fact there's an awful lot of screws in these boards, but that's what the door should look like at the end of it. So yeah, I've got a list of parts, and it does specify that there's 140 screws in the door itself, so that should look quite nice when it's done. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. Look out for more videos in the future, and if you haven't already done so, as I said at the beginning of this video, please subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, in the meantime, I'll bid you farewell. Goodbye.